Jonathan Gill is an alcoholic.
I was a bourbon man.
He's now a 34-year-old man.
One more lap. I feel very young for my age.
And he's confident he can qualify to run the mile in next summer's Olympics.
The goal since I was a kid.
He spends every moment he can running a track no Olympian in their right mind would set foot on.
He does 90 miles on this track a week.
A course surface ripe for injury with corners that keep Jonathan from reaching his peak pace.
You know, it's like trying to take a 30-mile-per-hour corner at 60. You just can't do it.
His Olympic training ground is unlike any other. Isolated, surrounded by razor wire, and home to some 300 other prisoners.
That's the man who lives above me.
Jonathan Gill is inmate number 12520672 at Oregon's Santee Anne Prison. His bunkmates call him Freight Train.
Once I get started, I'm hard to stop, and I'm carrying a lot of baggage.
Jonathan went to prison for what he did here at this pizza joint in Eugene back in 1997. In this shrine to Oregon runners, Jonathan, in a self-described drunken stupor, pretended he had a gun and robbed this place of a little more than $200.
It was the end of a bad road.
This budding high school track star from Detroit grew up in a broken home.
I wasn't raised in a family of love.
Jonathan tended to run toward trouble instead of away from it.
If you want negativity, this is the place to find it. And so I found a lot of it when I first came to prison. And then I eventually got myself in such trouble, I went to the hole for 4 months.
A turning point when this sprinter finally decided to find his stride.
And it was like, you either get it right now or you never will.
He started eating healthy.
This is pretty much all my worldly belongings right now. I got my supplements, I got my protein powder, amino acids.
He started reading a recovery book for alcoholics.
Called Smart Recovery. My favorite drink is orange juice now, straight.
He started sharpening his focus on his Olympic goal.
The saying that I use to motivate myself is dedication is what you do when nobody's watching.
But Jonathan found inspiration from a man who was watching from the outside.
My coach told me today, he said, well, you have 48 days. I said, don't tell me, I don't want to count.
His coach.
I like the fact that he has good front side mechanics. It's good.
The same man who drew Jonathan to Oregon years ago.
We got to keep our eye on the goal.
The two grew close.
It is a positive influence.
Long before Jonathan went to prison.
And the only thing I said is I won't give up on him till he gives up on himself. Came close a couple times, but not quite all the way. But he knows that I'm serious about that.
Dick Brown.
I've coached 7 Olympians.
A legend in the track world.
I've coached in the last 5 Olympic Games.
He now visits this prison yard once a month to mentor Jonathan.
He has Olympic talent, no question.
When I first started, this was the bear.
From sit-up drills on the rack
Looks strong.
to pull-ups, the two banter like friends.
I can do 10 sets.
Okay. My daughter did 15.
Forever the coach,
You don't want to do anything before your Achilles is totally good. They're the 2 tests. When he does his first interval work, when he wants the first drink. And if he passes those 2 tests, he will be on the U.S. Olympic team. And I feel very confident about that.
an aging, alcoholic, soon-to-be ex-con, ready to shatter a 4-minute mile in the Olympics.
But that's going to be the benchmark, and I think that that's very achievable.
Yeah.
If nothing else, if I were to never run again, I could walk out that door and say, you know what, I didn't give up in prison, and I came out a better man than I came in.
John Becker, KGW, Northwest News, Channel 8.